Hakadosh Boker or Shavua Tov, Masechet Gittin Daf, Samechtet Amud Aleph, 69a. The Gemara says on the first word, Libarukti, we're talking about, remember, we're talking about all these different remedies for different types of sicknesses. So Libarukti is cataracts, right, in the eyes. Laitu akrabta deshev chumre, you're going to bring a scorpion. Akraba is a scorpion which is spotted with 7 colors. Shev chumre, 7. Sheva, right, that's Sheva. Unyabshe betula, you're going to dry it out in the shade. Venishchok, you're going to grind it. Tarte manta kochala vechada manta mine, 2 parts antimony, right? Kochla, that's antimony. It's like a type of thing that they usually put on their eyes. And then 1 part for the ground scorpion. And then you're going to put 3 doses of the powder in the eye, and then 3 doses in the other eye. But you cannot put more than that. Is if not, paka ene, his eyes are going to burst. So you cannot put more than that amount. Again, this is all old remedies. How do you do this? I don't see anybody taking scorpions and crushing them and powders, making them and all these things.
That's what they said in the note of Daf Yomi.com. They said it's for today. First, we don't know really know.
We don't know all these things, exactly how they did it and all these things. And just
don't try to do it, because if it doesn't work, people don't say Chachamim.
Right, Chachamim, exactly. No, you're right. Leshavride delelia, night blindness. Night ishudra barka, you're going to bring a rope of animal hair. V'neisar chada kara mine, you're going to tie one of his own legs to the end of the rope. V'chada kara mi kalba, and 1 leg of a dog to the other end of the rope. Nitarfa yinuka chasba batre, then the children are going to rattle pottery shards behind him. V'leimrule, and they're going to tell him, asa kalba achsa tarnegola, old dog, mad rooster. Oh, old dog, mad rooster. He's going to collect 7 pieces of raw meat from 7 houses. Each homeowner should give him a meat in the doorway of his home. And then he's going to eat it by the city dumps. Patarachi, after that, he's going to remove the animal hair rope from his leg. They should tell him, the blindness of so-and-so, the son of the so-and-so, should leave him and go to so-and-so. And then finally they should blow into the pupil of the dog's eye. Yeah? Okay. It sounds more like, like all these things, yeah? Next one. Somebody that's daytime blindness. That means he can't see properly during the day. He's going to bring 7 spleens from the inside of freshly slaughtered animals. And he's going to roast them on the bloodletter shard, right? Which is like, the pottery. He's going to be on the inside of the house. The other people are going to be on the outside of the house. And then the blind man should say to him, give me the spleens to eat. Now the other one that sees is going to tell him, take, eat. And after he eats, you should break the bloodletter shard. If not, it's going to come back to him. Fine. Nosebleeds. For nosebleeds, you have to bring a Kohen that his name is Levi. That's an interesting one. Yeah, you bring a Kohen that his name is Levi. Okay? Levi is the first name, yeah? So imagine, which is actually very interesting. Imagine you have a Kohen, it's Levi Kohen. I was remembered especially by Moroccans, all the Kohanim were last names of Kohen. Right? It's not like Chalabim or other things that you could be like Dweck or this or that or all these, there's a whole bunch of other names also. The Kohanim, right? Even though Katsav, a whole bunch of other.
When Marseille, somebody's name is Balanci, and he's a Levi.
He's a Levi. No, but usually by Moroccans, usually Kohens were always Kohanim. Levi was always Levi. So here he's a Kohen, but his name is Levi. So it's Levi Kohen. That's his name. Levi Kohen. He has to write the word Levi backwards. Yod Levi. Yod Vav Lamed. Okay? And if not, just bring anybody else. That he should write it. Ana Papi Shila Bar Sumke Lemafreya. Right? Which is basically Papi Bar Shila Bar Sumke backwards. And if not, Nichtov Leach, he has to write Ta'am Delay B'mei Kesef. The taste of a bucket in silver water. Tam deli may pagam, the taste of the bucket and tainted water. Vilo, and if not, laiti ikra de aspasta. You're going to bring a root of an aspasta. It's a type of plant that's usually used for animals. The ashla de puriatika, and the rope of an old bed. The kurtis almurika, and wrap rag paper, saffron. The sunka de luliva, the red part of the palm branch. V'niklinu b'adiyada, you're going to burn them together until they become ashes. V'laiti gavava de'amna, then you're going to bring a ball of wool. V'nigdul tarte petilta, and you're going to twist the fiber to form 2 strands. V'litmish bechala, you're going to immerse it in vinegar. V'nigdabel bekit ma'aden, and you're going to roll it in the ashes. The native benechide, and you're going to insert it in each of his nostrils. V'lo, and if not, you're going to find a canal of water that goes from east to west. Venisa, step over it. And then you're going to have 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other side. Okay. And then you should take mud with his right hand from beneath his left foot. And then you're going to take with your left hand from beneath the right foot. And twist 2 strands of wool. Right. You're going to put them in the mud. And then you're going to put in your nostrils. That sounds very interesting. No, put mud in your nostrils. Fine. If not, the final remedy. Leitiv tute marzeva. You're going to sit beneath a water spout. Benaitu maya, and then you're going. The other one should bring water. Velishti ilay, and pour it onto him through the spout. The lemra, they should say kiecha de pasti kalimaya. Just like these waters are stopping, leave so it should stop the blood of so and so, and it should stop. Okay. So basically, again, these are all different types of things for nosebleeds, right? I'm sure you won't find it in the nowadays health thing. Okay, next.
The things of today that we have to stop nosebleeding is
blood bleeding from the mouth. But they're going to check the patient with a straw of wheat. If the blood sticks to the straw, it's coming from the lungs, and therefore there's a remedy. But if it doesn't stick to the straw, it's coming from the liver, he doesn't have any remedy. Look at the chutzpah of that. Understanding if the blood sticks or not, you could find out where the blood is. Nowadays, you have to do ultrasounds and MRIs and that. In the olden days, 2 seconds, boom, they just check it on the straw. Does it stick or not stick? They know if it comes from the lungs or from the liver. Yeah? Elmaleh Ravamin Ravashi says Ravamin to Ravashi, but we learned the opposite. That if it sticks, it's coming from the liver, and if it doesn't stick, it's coming from the lungs. The exact opposite of what we just learned. So he says, if the liver was right removed and nothing remains of it, so if the lung was punctured or was deficient, so therefore you see that the injury from the lung is much more serious than the liver. Meaning, what's worse, the lungs or the liver? The lungs. It's much worse.
The liver also, with the blood, there is a...
So Elmaleh, he comes and he says to him, since the blood is coming from his mouth, so it's presumably that it's coming from that the liver is completely dissolved and there's nothing left of it, and that's why the liver is worse. Amar more says, if it comes from the lungs, there's a remedy. What is the remedy? You're going to bring 7 fistfuls of sliced beets. And 7 fistfuls of sliced leeks. And 5 fistfuls of prida. What is prida? A herb. Okay, it could be wood or wild cherry tree. Okay. 3 fistfuls of lentils. Vekuna de kamuna, a fistful of cumin. Right? Vekuna de chavle, and a fistful of chavle. Okay, a rope. Uknegdan kanta patirta, and matching amount of intestinal fat of firstborn animal. You're going to cook it and eat it. And then afterwards, you're going to drink strong spirits that were fermented in the month of Tevet. Okay? Lechacha, for molars. So imagine, they've got, instead of going to Juno, right, he's got a problem with his molars. So what happens? Instead of getting a root canal, he says, he's going to bring a head of garlic that only has 1 clove. You're going to grind it with oil and salt. You're going to put it on a thumbnail. On the side that aches. Then you're going to surround it with a ring of dough. And then you're going to be aware, right? Be careful with the flesh. Because it can cause leprosy. For supportive tonsillitis. What's this? Inflammation of the tonsils. Okay. Okay. Rabbi Yochanan says, what are you going to do? Chum teki mamru, pyrethrum, leaves are as effective as bald money. Don't understand nothing. Okay. V'ikara bechut chum teadif mimaru, and the root of the pyrethrum plant is better than the balmani. V'ninko befume, you're going to keep it in his mouth for some time. Hani lukma, and these are used to stop the swelling. Levashule, to form abscesses. What's this? Abscess. This is the plus. Okay, fine. So the abscess, he says here, laiti pare de reish nafia, you're going to bring bran from the top of the sieve, utzlavche bafrayu, lentils in their soil, shuvlilta, fenugreek, vechumarta de kshuta, hop blossom, venikot kambuza befume, and you're going to keep a nut-sized amount of the mixture in his mouth. Leiftuche, next, right, to swell the abscesses, limpach lechavre tachle chivarta begila dechita, another person should blow white cress seeds into the patient's throat through a wheat straw. La'asuke, then the final step, to raise the fresh skin after the abscess have opened. He said, bring dust from the shade of the toilets. Mix it with honey and eat it. Because it's effective. Okay? Next, levarsam, for catarrh. What's this? Inflammation of the mucous membrane of the head. Secretion of mucus from the nostrils. Okay. So what does it say over here? You're going to bring cedar cones volume of ammoniac. Not-sized amount of sweet galbanum. Natla bat mekozite natla full of clear wine. What is this? Miknozata nata full. Natla is a vessel that was used for a measure. Okay. And the shokin, rather, you're going to boil them together. And when you're going to cook it one, you're going to cook the entire mixture, and then you drink it. If not, later you're going to bring a revi'it of milk of a white goat. 69b. You're going to let it drip over 3 cabbage stalks into a vessel. You're going to stir it with a twig of a marmarine tree and cook it together with a twig. When you're going to cook it, you're going to make sure that the entire mixture is cooked together, and then you drink the potion. If not, you're going to bring excrement of a white dog. You're going to knead it with balsam and eat it. That tastes good, no? However, when it's going to be possible, don't eat the excrement because it's going to cause unsettlings in the limbs. Ligra, for gira. What's gira? An arrow, an illness in Old French as espoint, piercing pain. It's a pain. Okay. Lighty gira di lilata. You're going to bring an arrow of lilit, a wide-shaped meteoric stone that sometimes falls during hailstorms. Interesting. V'nivche, turn it upside down. V'nishte maya yilavev nishte. You're going to pour water over it and drink it. V'ilan, if not, laiti mimaya dishte minayu kalba belelia. Bring water that a dog drank during the middle of the night, and you drink it. Nihada migluya. Yeah, and you're going to come and you're going to beware of water that has been left uncovered. Ligiluya, for drinking water that was left uncovered. Nafka de chamra chaya. Drink an anpak of undiluted wine. Lemursa, for an abscess. Anpaka de chamra bala tulana. You're going to drink an anpak of wine mixed with red aloe. Lepircha de liba, for faint heart. Leitin tlat brushiata desade. You're going to bring 3 loaves of barley bread. V'nishtirinu kimaka kechamcha. Then you're going to soak them in kamcha that was less than 40 days old. Then you're going to eat it. Then you're going to drink watered down wine. Says what are you talking about? It's going to make it more faint of the heart. He tells him, sorry, I was talking about heaviness of the heart. For faint of the heart, You're going to bring 3 loaves of white bread. You're going to soak them in honey. And you're going to eat them, and then afterwards you're going to drink from it a full strength wine. For heart pains, you're going to bring 3 volumes of egg volumes of mint, like nana, like nimia. Ubeata de kamun, an egg volume of cumin. Right? Because remember, bea is a egg, so it's an egg volume. Ubeata de shumshim, an egg volume of sesames. V'lechol, you eat them. For intestinal pains, you're going to bring 300 kernels of long peppers. And every single day, you're going to drink 100 of them in wine. Rabbi prepared for Rashi's daughter who had intestinal pains, 150 of these ones, and she was cured. Lekirsa, for intestinal worms, right? An ampak of wine with laurel leaf. See, the problem is, how do you even find these leaves? How do you even find, forget about now the wine, what type of wine. You understand, and everything is different. Just like, how do you find these things? Lekirza chivara, for a white intestinal worm. Leite bizra gelgila, you're going to bring a seed of a rocket plant. You're going to wrap it in a cotton cloth. And you're going to soak it in water. And you're going to drink it. But one should be aware of the swallowing of the kernels. If not, it's going to make a puncture his intestines. Lemeistar, to regulate the bowels. Sisin retiva b'maya, you're going to have fresh pennyroyal soaked in water. Lemisha, to open up the bowels. Yevishta b'maya, dried pennyroyal and soaked in water. The simanach, a sign to remember, right? Which one is good? Itza retiva de sachar nana, fresh itza dams a river. It stops a river. Okay, next for the spleen, a tachla, a bloated spleen. Late Shebin in the May, you're going to bring 7 water leeches. You're going to dry them in the shade. And every day you're gonna for 3 days, right? You're gonna drink 2 or 3 of them in wine. If not, you're gonna bring the spleen of a she goat that has no children. You're gonna press it in the oven. You're gonna smear it, stand near the oven. You're gonna say, just like this one, the spleen is drying up. So too should the spleen of so and so dry up. Yeah. And if not, that means a person doesn't have an oven or he doesn't have the thing. So you're going to press the spleen of the barren she-goat into a crack between the bricks of a new house. You're going to say the preceding formula. And if not, you're going to appraise himself of someone who died on Shabbat. You're going to take the hand of the corpse, place it on his own spleen, and he's going to say, just like this hand dries up, so too to dry up the spleen of so-and-so. And if not, another remedy, you're going to bring a fish. You're going to roast it in a blacksmith's coals. You're going to eat it dipped in a blacksmith's water. And afterwards, you're going to drink from the blacksmith's waters. Fine? There was a certain she-goat that used to drink water from the blacksmith's water. When she was slaughtered, there was no spleen inside of it. The spleen was completely dissolved because she was drinking the blacksmith's waters.
That's connection because the spleen is the red cells, and it's the iron and the
Blacksmith saying
it's also the
iron.
So the water and
is going in there. Yeah, 100%. And if not, liftach chavita dechamra lishmel, let the patient open a barrel of wine for his own personal use. So says the Gemara, if he's got a barrel of wine, the more does he not need to bring it in front of the more to seek a remedy for bloated spleen? Because he'll never suffer such an ailment. Ela, but rather meragel, bepat shachrit. He's going to accustom himself to eating pat shachrit, because it's going to help for the entire body. This we learned many, many different times, that it helps for the entire body, right? Pat shachrit. Right, if a person has pachachrit, it's good for the entire body. Okay. Then it says like this. Yeah, lerushchata for hemorrhoids. Laite ikika vilva. You're going to bring acacia aloe. Gaspicha umartecha quicksilver litharge. V'chumrata de piron v'shiafa de chamiata, a filon locket and a dove excrement. Veninka b'shachke de kitna b'kaita. You're going to wrap it in rags of flax during the summer. Right? And you're going to rugs of cotton during the winter. And then you place them on the affected area. If not, you're going to drink watered down beer. The shigrona, for shigrona, a disease of the haunches and hips. Leiti patya de munini, you're going to bring a pot of brine and small fish. Venigadar shitin zimne ahamit, you're going to roll it in 60 times in hip. The shitin zimne ahamat in 60 times on that hip. The smarta, for a stone in the urinary tract. Oh wow, this is the stones. This is kidney stones. Naiti tzlat nitufiata nishcha de kufra. You're going to bring 3 drops of tar oil. Utlat nitufata itzra, yeah, de carte, yeah, and 3 drops of leek extract. Utlat nitufiata de chamna nekida, and 3 drops of clear wine. Velishte ish be'ama, for a man, he's going to insert it in his member. Ulisha be'otomakom, and a woman in her membrane, in her organ. Right? Wow, 3 drops of tar oil, 3 drops of leek extract. I don't even know how you do that. And 3 drops of clear wine. You could pour it on it to it also. You don't have to actually insert it inside. You could actually pour it over the organ, and that's also good enough.
To reach the stone.
Yeah. Okay. If not, you're going to bring an ear of a flask. The little lishba, for a man, you're going to hang it on the male membrane, right? And the woman on her chest area, bedadin. And if not, laiti chita, chuta de zeorata de shad duma baduma, or a red thread that was spun by a woman of ill repute, who is the daughter of a woman of ill repute. I mean, she doesn't have a good name. She's a duma baduma. You're going to put it on a man, on his. That means the woman came and she did a red thread, but it had to be dafka, a woman that she doesn't have a good name, right? And the daughter of another woman that doesn't have a good name. For the man, he's going to hang it on his male membrane, and the woman on her chest area again. If not, you're going to bring louse from the bodies of a man and a woman. You're going to hang it from the male membrane, and the woman again beotomakom, and her part also as well. When they urinate, you're going to urinate on dry thorns in a doorway. And then you're going to let him be alert for the stone that comes out of his body. Because the stone is good antidote for all types of fever. Wow, they take the stones and they crush it to dust, and then they dissolve it in water and they drink it as an antidote for fever. Let's see.
It's made of calcium, of some type of crystals. Maybe
they have there. Let's see bara for external fever. Like titlata grive sufle, you're going to bring 3 seah of date pits. Utlata grive atraf adra, 3 seahs of eder leaves. You boil them separately, and then you're going to sit between them. And then you put them in 2 different basins. You're going to bring a small table. You're going to rest them on them. Then you get up from one, you go to the other one. Right? Then after a while, you get up from one, you go to another one. Right? Until the first basin and so forth, they're going to have hevel. It's going to the vapor will come into the body. Then you wash those waters and drink from them. Then when you drink it, you're going to drink from the water of the eder leaves, but you don't drink from the water of the date pits, because it makes a person sterile. Okay? Letzimra gavna, for internal fever. You're going to bring 7 fistfuls of beets from 7 different beet beds. You're going to boil them with their earth. And then you're going to eat them. And then you're going to drink the mixture with the eder leaves in beer, or in vetale b'mayim, grape of vine drawn over a palm tree with water.